I think he's a great Superman. I think he represents what Superman should be. He lives it. He lived it. And so I think people are going to kind of forget about all the jibber jabber online about this one and that one, this Superman, and he's Superman.
His characters are very nuanced and his stories are very nuanced and they're not black and white. I feel like even Lex, he's not a villain. He has real reasons to do what he does and real fears, and James is really good at making every character human, so you can see yourself there and understand those characters, and they make the story so much rich and complex, more like real life. He doesn't write villains or heroes. The audience is going to be talking about crypto. They're going to want to adopt a dog. I really hope so, because that's so important. But I feel like they're going to have so much fun and they're going to feel good about themselves, because the world can be such a dark place, and James manages to bring hope to all of us with this film.
First of all, he looks like Superman. He looks like he's ripped out of the pages of a comic book. Secondly, he really does have the acting chops. He's a really well-trained actor. He's an amazing comedic actor. He has comedic chops. He was able to deliver the fast-paced dialogue in the way I had imagined. And he's incredibly athletic. He's able to do all of the crazy stunts, because all of the stunts in this movie are almost all real. It's just him being hung up from wires and marionetted, and it's crazy, and it takes a lot of core strength.
It represents hope and goodness without question. And I think that's something we could use a little bit more of right now. One of the most fun parts is with the couple people we know who have seen the film so far, is that everyone takes away something different. I'm just excited after we all see the movie to spend some time with everyone and talk about it.
I mean, he's goodness. I think some people think of Superman as old-fashioned. Some people think he's too earnest. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we need right now. That's what I think we're all dying for. A little too earnest. I think we're dying for someone who's too kind. I think we're dying for those old-fashioned things that we loved, of just looking out for people in need, taking care of each other, and loving one another. And that's all he is. It's really simple.
It feels wonderful. I'm so excited to finally show the film for the first time with everyone. So proud of everyone's work. But also someone just told me that this is where the original Superman premiered. So it feels right to kind of bring this new iteration of the story to the screen at the iconic venue. Yeah. James Gunn's a brilliant filmmaker. He's so collaborative with all his team. He creates a really beautiful environment to work in that's fun, and everyone feels valued and creative. So that means that he can then bring all that energy into the screen and into this film and telling this story that's a hopeful, positive story. I walked out of seeing this for the first time and I felt like a cinematic wonder and just a joy for being alive and being human, where I was like, oh, I just want to be good and share good, and that it made me feel very special, and also reminded me of like great cinematic experiences when I was a kid.
It's a thrill to be here. Superman's one of the great characters in all of history, and to be on this carpet and to play a tiny role in the film is an honor, and being here is a real privilege. I did get to visit the set in Atlanta with my fiance, and everyone rolled out the red carpet for us. They showed us around, gave us a tour. We got to meet everybody, and getting to see David in his suit was a trip. He looked great. I told him he had the seal of approval, and then afterwards he walked off to take care of his, at that time, like infant daughter, and seeing him in his full getup, like cape and all, pushing a stroller so that she was rock off to sleep, felt like an all-American image in some way. It was a lot of fun to see that, and I kidded him for it. I was like, oh, even Superman has to have baby duty. That's a memory, I guess.
I mean, it's amazing to be here in Hollywood and with such a big crowd of fans, with our wonderful cast reassembled and ready to watch. I'm seeing the film for the first time right now, so I'm very excited. I've heard great things. Yeah, it's a great privilege to get to be involved in a film like this with such a great group. Hopefully they'll be walking out talking about how much they love each other and how excited they are to hang out with their friends and maybe to get some stuff done. I want that. I want people walking out with that pep in their step, that little bit of energy.
Went up to Svalbard, Norway. So it's an island, north of Norway in the Arctic. So it's freezing cold. It's 0 degrees outside. We had set aside 4 days for our shooting in case of bad weather, or set aside like 6 days for the shooting. We went up there and we did the first shot, which is the shot that some partially is seen in the trailer with the camera coming down to David as he whistles in the snow. And I set aside about a half a day for that shot. And we're out there on the snow and I'm like, action, and we did it and it went perfectly. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we can move on. And then we got out of Norway in like a third of the time we thought we needed.